What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel here where running meets science and strategy. I'm Dr. Ray Peralta, Doctor of Physical Therapist, USA Track and Field Run Coach, and your guide to stronger, better, and injury-free running. Today, we're going to tackle a topic that's had my inbox blowing up lately. Here it is. If you're a runner who lifts weights to get stronger and faster, you might actually be holding yourself back. Sound wild, right? So bodybuilding style training might seem like the way to go for running gains, but the reality, that approach is not designed for runners like us. I've worked with countless runners who come to me frustrated with sore legs, stagnant paces, injuries creeping in, and almost every time the culprit's the same. They're training like bodybuilders. They're in the gym when they should be training like runners, right? In this episode, I'm gonna break down why runners need to stop lifting like bodybuilders, what's going on behind the scenes, and most importantly, how to train smarter. Trust me, the answer is going to change the way you approach strength training. So, the problem with bodybuilding for runners, I get it. The gym can feel like a second home for some of us. You see people pushing heavy weights, doing set after set, and it's natural to think, hey, I should be doing this too. But here's the thing, bodybuilding routines of these multiple sets aren't designed for runners, and here's why. Bodybuilding is all about building muscle size. It's called muscle hypertrophy and aesthetics, right? They're trying to win the bodybuilding competition, trying to get those giant biceps built for show. And multiple sets of heavy lifting are meant to fatigue your muscles. And while that's great for building that muscle bulk, muscle hypertrophy, it's terrible if your goal is strength and endurance for running. See, this kind of training leads to three major problems for runners. Problem one, constant muscle fatigue. When you're spending, 1.5, 2 hours doing 3, 4, 5, 6 sets or more per exercise, you're doing it for your legs, your whatever body part, trash by the time you're done. Think about it. How do you think you're going to recover before your next run if you've done like 8 sets for leg extension machine? Not well at all. Your performance on the road will plummet, and you're going to feel it with every step. Problem number two, stagnant progress. Imagine heading out for your runs on legs that already feel dead. You'll never unlock your true speed or endurance potential. I've had so many clients tell me they're struck in a plateau for months because they're just lifting the wrong way. They're lifting like a bodybuilder and when you train like a bodybuilder, you're gonna need more time for recovery. So they're not getting enough recovery. They're feeling tired all the time. They call it overreaching. They're fatigued, and it slows them down. They're not able to run as fast as they think, as they would like, because they're training like a bodybuilder, right? They're spending maybe 3, 4 days at the gym, spending like hour and a half at the gym doing these multiple sets of different exercise machines, etc., and it's really slowing them down. Problem number three, high risk of injury. And then there's the big one, injuries, over fatiguing your legs. You're ignoring functional strength opens the door to overuse injuries, right? So a lot of bodybuilding routines are like isolation, like, oh, I'm going to do biceps curls or leg extension or hamstring curls. So doing these isolation type exercises, you tend to develop these overuse injuries. You start developing sore, achy joints, sore knees, tight hips, strained calves, these nagging pains that just hurt and they can take you out of running entirely. And then when you compound that with running, so now you're trying to run on top of these sore and achy joints, these stiff joints, now you're prone to blowing yourself up. Now you start developing like runner's knee pain, even though it may have actually started from like just doing way too much, bodybuilding lifts for your legs at the gym. But the good news is you don't need to train like this to get stronger. There's a better way. So the smarter way to strength train for runners, it's time to flip the script. Runners don't need endless sets of heavy lifting to build strength. You need a functional, time-efficient routine that complements your runs instead of competing with them. And here's what I recommend. Step one, reduce your sets. First, start by cutting back. Focus on doing a single set per exercise. And that's right, just one single set. This keeps your workouts to under 30 minutes. Personally, when I do single set training and I do a full body routine, it takes me just about 20 minutes. And I find the same for my clients, for my athletes. They can get in the gym in and out for their strength training like 20 or 30 minutes. Give your muscles what they need without over fatiguing them. You'll walk out of the gym fresher and ready to tackle the next run without power, because you have to think about it like a bank. right? Your body's resources, right? So if you start tapping into that bank, you start taking dollars out of that bank, you're just going to start running out of fuel. Think about like the energy. So the more time you're digging that hole, like if you're doing bodybuilding multiple sets, now you're taking more and more resources out of the tank because you're doing these multiple sets routines, and now you're running out of fuel. So you might not think like, but fuel, I already eat food. I may drink shakes and things, but you don't get it. Fatigue cannot just be just from an energy standpoint, from like with the food you put it in, but also neurological fatigue of the nervous system. So there's different levels of fatigue. So by training like a bodybuilder, multiple sets, you're actually also fatiguing the nervous system, and that's going to take time for the body to fully recover. So yeah, you may sleep, you may eat, but you still need time to recover the system. And by doing single set training, you could give yourself more time for recovery because you're not fatiguing the system. You're not tapping into the energy storage as much. Step two, to make it full body. Right now, shift your focus to full body exercises. These are exercises that strengthen multiple muscle groups at once, which makes them ideal for running. Think squats, lunges, side lunges, deadlifts, single leg deadlifts, farmers walks. Right. Instead of training like a bodybuilder, so a lot of times bodybuilders will do these isolation exercises, right? They'll do, chest and arms. They'll do a chest press, and then they'll do bicep curls and they'll tricep extensions, wrist curls, and they'll do all these isolation exercises. And yes, they may combine it with compound, but they're doing way too many different exercises. And they may have like an arm day. They may have chest and bis. They may have, a leg day. They may have like quads and hamstrings, etc. And they start splitting up the body. Then they're at the gym then 6 days a week because they're splitting up the body into so many different splits. You drive yourself, run. You're not even having enough time to properly run. If you're trying to, especially if you're trying to train for a marathon, and now you're training like a bodybuilder who's doing 6 days a week. I mean, when do you have time to do anything else, right? So instead, make it time efficient. Do a full body training routine. And you could do a full body single set routine. So you could do a single set routine, full body, and get done 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes tops, even if you're taking rest breaks in between. You don't need to train like a bodybuilder. Step three, stay consistent, right? And finally, the golden rule, consistency. You don't need fancy equipment or marathon lifting sessions. What you need to do is stick to your schedule. 2 days a week of controlled, intentional, single set strength training is all it takes to keep you stronger, injury-free, and ready to push the pace on the road. And you can actually get stronger doing single set routines, right? The science has shown that single set training can be just as effective as multiple sets training. You don't need to do multiple sets, right? Especially, if your main focus is running, you want to prioritize for running. You can still lift, you can still do strength training, but you don't need to spend hours in the gym like a bodybuilder doing these multiple long, elaborate, bodybuilding style routines, which are going to just tap out your gas tank and then put you more exhausted, more fatigued, and more at risk for injury. So key takeaways. Here's the thing. Lifting doesn't have to compete with your running. And it was never designed to. I think there's a lot of misunderstandings when it comes to strength training. People get influenced by the bodybuilding culture, and I get it. It's funny, like, man, these bodybuilders are all muscular and stuff, but you have to train the right way, and you have to train for your sport. Like lifting should be enhancing your running performance. It shouldn't be detracting from it. And when you do the single set routine, you're going to run stronger, faster, and pain-free. You're going to have more time for recovery. You just have more time to also run. You're not going to spend so many hours in the gym. And if you've been frustrated by slow progress or nagging injuries, this approach could be the game changer that finally gets you to where you want to be. And if you're wondering how to get started, I've got you covered. I got a free strength training course specifically for runners. It's packed with functional exercises, time-saving routines tailored to your needs. And tap the link in my show notes to sign up and take the guesswork out of your workouts. Trust me, your legs and your pace will thank you. So runners, remember this, you're stronger than you think. And with the right training, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Thanks for tuning in today. And if you found this episode helpful, share with your fellow runner or leave a review. It helps me reach more people just like you. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, run strong, live smart, and see you out there.